Hi guys and welcome to TalkTimeAnime. Today we are reviewing chapter 116 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I am your host today, Jordan, and I am joined by Lou.
Hello, everyone.
And well, let's jump straight into it. The chapter has jumped straight into it, so why not? So we started off like we ended last chapter with the fight just starting with Jogo and Sukuna, and at that point Sukuna was already beating his ass. Um,
hmm
and then well, as we said, like it started off pretty damn quick. We started off with three beautiful back-to-back spreads
Panels.
that were just
Yeah,
they were just incredible, man. Oh my days.
it was
Like,
just flexing.
yeah, like the first panel, we were just talking about the meteor and like them fighting on the meteor, just while the whole meteor is so strong that it's like just disintegrating the
Yeah, in the
um
building.
the buildings around. Pff, so hype, man. Imagine seeing it animated eventually. That's gonna be so crazy. Anyway, um, yeah. So they're going at it, and then all of a sudden, probably my favorite spread. I can't lie, just because like I haven't seen it in ages. Like the hands, like
Yeah, it reminds me of like Naruto.
yeah, Naruto, but it's just like the
Like the way
fire,
he's doing like jutsu with his hands, but
fucking
the way he just
Avatar, fucking
manifests the
fire
fire.
bending. Like
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
and then
He's just
like
manipulating.
and then how hard that looked. Like I bet that's a poster. The next spread with the
Yeah,
with
no, I
them,
want that as a poster.
yeah, them like facing off, and then
Yeah,
next chapter, next bit, Jogo's dead.
yeah.
It literally jumps. And
But we did say last week that like for Sukuna, it needs to. Like, I feel like it needed to be quick to prove how powerful he is.
Yep, and like,
Like because
it's just like, and like, because I again, I think I'm one of the only people that genuinely wanted to see Jogo like more, but like, seeing
no, I
Jogo
wanted to
like
see more.
seeing Jogo
100%.
fight, like you saw how strong he was, and just the fact, like you said, like how quick it was, and like, again, it
Yeah.
shows why Sukuna and why people are really debating like a fight between him and Gojo. I'm still on Team Gojo in terms of like I think he'll win
Yeah.
with ease.
Yeah.
Because of how the whole sorcerer thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sukuna will come
Yeah.
back and he'll change the tide
We don't know
completely.
we don't know what he has now though. We don't know what techniques he has because he might have more than one.
Yeah.
Like he has multiple
At the moment, he took down one of the highest ranked curses.
curses. Yeah.
With his own move, just playing with him, like with his own moves.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
man, like it's crazy. But yeah, such a big
The
build
next
up. Like,
panel,
yeah.
I think that whole like for me this whole fight
Mm.
has meant like a lot because I feel like it's maybe a little bit underrated in like how like emotional it's meant to hit because like
Yeah.
we said last week about like when we were just talking about before we started this about like Jogo
Yeah.
is that how much he looks up to Sukuna and for Sukuna to be the one to kill him
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. It's pretty mad.
it's
Like,
crazy and that next panel that made me feel a certain way because like
yeah.
them three all like started together
Well, I think about it,
and now they're all gone.
this chapter had 4 spreads. Now I think about it, like the
Yeah.
one at the end as well. Yeah, mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the he went off, old GG. But
Mm.
no, yeah, like I think I was saying to you before we started recording, like how mad. I love the way, like, I don't know if it's just curses because so far I think I've only seen curses, or like maybe the other guy was a sorcerer. I can't remember now, but we saw it before where it seems to be a reoccurring thing in Jujutsu Kaisen that when they die, they kind of experience a kind of happy moment. Like at first when he saw the other two, I
Which
thought,
is unlike them.
yeah, like I thought that at first when I saw them two, I thought, oh, is this the afterlife? Has Sukuna come to troll him in the afterlife? Um, but then he starts speaking quite nicely, Sukuna. And then that's when I realised, like, I think because of the white background and everything, which is the same type of thing they done before in one of the previous chapters in the flashback with, I think it was Ghetto, before that iconic kind of like, the one where he like basically has 2 spreads of him just beating this guy. And the guy sees like his dead dog again, and he's like, "Oh, how could this be?" And it's like because it's not reality. What is happening is that he's dying, like it's moments before his death. And I think that's what we got with Jogo. I think he saw what he wanted to see. He saw his like friends, I suppose, like his 2 teammates, who had died, and he got Sukuna to
because that guy with the like things coming out of his eyes was like the first
trees,
person Yuji fought.
Yeah, like real, yeah. Yuji and
first real curse.
that was such a sick fight. Anyway,
That was such a sick fight.
That was like
No, yeah, but that's where I recognised him.
No, yeah.
And it was like they were the original 3.
Yep, and then Gojo burned that guy to a crisp with ease as well. So,
I like the thing that they said about Mahito as well, about like he's the
Oh,
mirror
the
of death
mirror. Yeah,
for
that was
humans.
interesting. That was really
So
interesting.
like because he's a curse, but he I see him more as like a zombie. The
Yeah, he's
way
like
that he's like
humanoid,
quite
isn't
human.
he? Yeah,
Yeah.
he just messed up that boy.
He reminds me a little bit, the way he looks, it reminds me a bit of like Juzo with all the stitches and cuts and
Oh,
everything. It
yeah,
reminds me a
yeah.
bit
He's
of
definitely gone
Juzo.
for that kind of design. I would say
Yeah.
very
And
different
then the
though.
whole next bit, yeah, they are very different.
Mm,
Very, very different. But
so yeah.
just their design as characters.
Mhm.
Um, and also the bit that Sukuna says after when they're talking about, he talks about humans and curses and how they flock together
Yeah.
and compare themselves to what's around them. That whole line there,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like he talks as if like he's a neutral,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
is what we've seen is that he's not actually aligned with curses. He's not aligned with humans. He's his own
Who? Oh,
entity.
Sukuna. Yeah. No. See, the thing
Yeah,
is,
like
right, with that, right, is I think you're right, and I think that's how it's kind of looking. But again, this was all in the Gojo Jogo bit, like
head.
yeah, like in terms of like, so is that how he views Sukuna and how he thinks
I feel
Sukuna would act?
yeah, no,
Like
I still feel like this is Sukuna having like I feel like this is Sukuna maybe like
I don't know, man.
I still think that maybe this is his views.
Maybe. I think so. Like it could, like you say, it could be his views. To me, it's
Because
kind of like because Jogo sees him as this like when he's completed, he didn't realize he was going to be this strong when he only gave him like half the fingers or whatever.
yeah,
But as a full being, as you said in the last week's chapter review, how he kind of looks up to him, and
yeah,
he really
massively.
yeah massively looks up to him, and it's like yeah like he does, and like to him like he's saying how like humans are this curses are that, and then he's put Sukuna on his own pedestal, like he's something different, special, which he is.
Mm,
But
yeah,
it could again that could also be like the way Jogo like sees him, in terms of like that
mm,
he's that different, which he is again. So Jogo is right, but he's
yeah,
not quite as like humble or whatever as I think he
mm-hmm.
expects him to be. Like when he's saying like,
No,
"Oh, you're the strongest," or like one of the stronger curses I faced in the last 1,000 years, or whatever it is, and then it cuts to just
yeah.
like basically Sukuna taking the piss out of him as he's burning alive. So
Because he actually hears him say, "What is this?" And he's like, I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
he's
Don't
talking
ask
to
me."
himself. Like I think that's it. Like, and that's what
Yeah,
happened with the other guy. Like he was just kind of like standing there
true.
in a daze, just kind of chatting to himself, and then that's why he kind of thinks,
I
"Wait, how did that happen?
I
Like,
want to
how's my dog
yeah.
alive?" And then, but yeah,
I want to say that because I like Jogo, I want that to be real. That conversation that they had, I want that to be real, but I don't know.
again, like you
But that
said,
whole conversation, that vision that they've had, I want it to be real
again,
for
uh,
Jogo's sake.
again
But it's like what you said.
again that flocking together bit might well be true, and they might well like use that as factual. It could be kind of like correct. But that end bit I don't think was true, like him saying that he was strong and stuff. Like that is definitely something that Jogo himself wanted to hear. And then when he cuts to after and he's basically just smiling at him saying like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, but that's what I'm saying is that like I don't think that is him,
yeah.
but I want it to be him.
Yeah, I
That
don't.
conversation, I do want it to be him, but I don't think it is him.
No,
That's
I
that's what I
don't
was trying to
either.
say.
I don't think it is at all.
For Jogo's sake, I want it to be real. Like I
Well,
want it to be
that's what
that,
Jogo
but I
saw in
don't
it.
think it is.
That's what Jogo saw
Yeah,
before he died, so but it is what it is. But it was interesting as well what he was saying about like them being reborn as well and them coming back
yeah,
stronger. Like earlier on in the thing,
yeah.
so I'm like, oh, is that like foreshadowing?
Is that a
Like,
foreshadowing
yeah,
of something's gonna happen?
who knows? But no,
And
yeah,
then the next bit,
but like,
he
yeah.
was surprised.
Oh, Sukuna, yeah, like who is that guy? Do you know who he is? Like,
I don't know. I
no, yeah,
recognized them.
I was meant to ask
I
you.
feel like it was one of the people that was following Ghetto. They
Yeah,
all
yeah,
look
yeah,
really similar.
similar, yeah. I couldn't like I must admit I should maybe done more research, but like I did search up the name and I can't really find anything about the name. So I think the name is new
Nah,
to the series. I think.
maybe it's just someone that we've
Johnny,
seen in panels, but they've not been mentioned.
yeah, and like the actual character's face I can't remember from previous chapters, but he could have. I wouldn't be surprised if like you say he's like a
He's got
follower
that
or he's
Shinji
like
haircut.
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if like he was like a follower or he's like in the side kind of thing,
Yeah,
like as one of the soldiers,
yeah,
working for someone. But like I mean, straight away, like just general theories like thrown out there. I'm guessing he's going to be like so it took Sukuna a minute to recognize him.
To work out who it was.
So is it like?
So have they changed a lot?
Have they changed like appearance? Have they changed bodies? Is that his original body? Whoever this what's his name?
Yeah.
Urumi? Is that his
Yeah,
name?
Urumi.
Is that his,
Urumi.
yeah? Is that his original body?
Real name.
Or is it like Sukuna like looked at him and was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then was like, and then sent something and was like, "Urumi," like like.
Jogo said Master Sukuna, and look what happened. Look what happened to Jogo. There's clearly these two.
Yeah,
go
there's
back
clearly
a certain way.
And it's like, if so, then how old is this guy? Like how old? Like because like things like meant to be like thousands of years old. Sukuna.
True.
So like, how old is this guy? Like maybe that's how. Maybe it's like Naruto or Orochimaru type thing. Like he jumps from body to body and stuff like that. Like that's how he like tries to maintain young and like youthful.
A bit like what happened with Megumi's dad.
Yeah.
But you can clearly take if you've got enough like cursed power, you can clearly take over someone's body when they try and summon you.
Yeah.
So
maybe that guy, if he did take over his body, I mean that's purely us theorizing that. But if he did take over that body, then maybe that guy just wasn't that strong. I mean, that is like the next
now
level.
that we know that is a possibility, we don't know how often that's actually happened or going to happen.
Yeah. No, definitely just.
And then the next panel was.
And then what? That's the last panel, right? The Megumi bit.
Panel.
That lady that loves fighting weak opponents / ones that are weakened, kind of thing. Like, and she's just like, she's because Megumi's just come out of his fight against his dad. Toji.
Fucked up.
Yeah, Toji, I think. He came out of that fight, and so he's getting fucked up. But I don't know if it was me looking at the panel weird, and I haven't got the panel in front of me.
He's looking at someone. His
but
shadow.
He's kind of smiling a bit. I thought, like he was a bit like
who Megumi.
Yeah, and I'm like, so what's occurring here then? Like,
I'm pretty sure that person, that girl or whatever it is, is looking at someone else because he's looking up and there's a shadow.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
I feel like it's a shadow.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I don't have the panel in front of me. I'm just going by memory here, but
because maybe someone else has turned up to help Megumi, and Megumi's just like because he says but then is it him saying wake up to the? Is that Megumi saying wake up, or is that the other guy saying that to Megumi?
Maybe, could be. Yeah, I get what you mean. I thought it was just a girl like shouting and shit because she's like.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's so hard. It's so hard to tell because you're like.
It did literally just throw in at the end, didn't it? It was like literally on one page. So it's hard to tell.
It's been heating up this whole like arc, and this arc's been going on for a while. I feel like. Yeah. Like
it has.
And I want and the longer Sukuna stays about, I'm like, when are we gonna see, like, Yuji again? Or Itadori? Yeah. When are we gonna see him again?
That's what I'm wondering because at the moment it seems like Sukuna has like just full control.
Sukuna's
like he's.
But I've wanted this for a while because we've always known about Sukuna. Yeah. And we've only seen a little flash of him. Like we saw him at the beginning, and then we've seen him when Yuji's talking to him within himself, sort of. A bit like a Nine Tails or Zangetsu sort of like. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? It's sort of like that moment where they're talking like within themselves.
But he literally had to die to get to that, didn't he? Like he was dead, Yuji.
Yeah. Like, and they tried to make that little contract, and Yuji rejected it. Which I do think at the end there is going to be a contract formed between the two.
I thought it was like Yuji agreed to it and then instantly lost it. Like because he died, he was like, if you can beat me 1-on-1, then. I'll go by your terms, and if I win, you go by my terms. He's like, yeah, okay, and then slice his head in half within like the panel. So then,
maybe.
But then Yuji, he made in his terms. If I remember, I have to do the research again. This is very unprofessional. But
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, but his terms were like, if I win, you don't remember this conversation. Yeah. Like Yuji's one was like, you don't hurt anyone, but.
Yeah, when you take over, you don't kill any of my friends.
Yeah, I think it was like a certain point or something.
Which he hasn't.
Yeah. So.
Which is technically the case. He's not actually killed anyone when he takes over. That's a friend of his.
No.
So maybe he did win. Maybe this is the contract we're
seeing. Oh no, he's dead. He died there, or like not dead, but he lost there. Like he.
Yeah, I know. But like you said, is that they said if he wins, he doesn't remember the fight.
No, like if Sukuna wins, Yuji doesn't remember the fight. So Yuji doesn't know this
true.
is happening.
Maybe that's the case.
So Yuji's keeping
true.
going, and then the minute he like fulfills something, Sukuna can basically do what he wants. But Yuji doesn't know. Again, very unprofessional. I cannot remember the terms of that. I have to go back and read that. But like he's definitely planning something. Maybe this is where he starts putting it into action. This arc. But yeah, it's been mad. It was a brilliant chapter. Like I said, I'm such a fan of the way like GG makes like the panels flow and stuff like that. Yeah, the way he does his art, I adore it. And I know it sounds like really childish, but I love big panels. Like that's why I like reading Bleach. Like big panels for fight ones, because like you're following it, and it's not like you're going down here a little bit. It's like I love One Piece, right? I do, but like I prefer the way it's paneled in Bleach and stuff.
A full fight.
Yeah, and it's like bigger and like more detailed things. It's incredible. Like which One Piece does at times, but like a lot of the time, like things like that are like kind of smaller, more.
You feel like you get more of it in Bleach and in Jujutsu.
Yeah, which again, like you said, it's kind of like felt like a shorter chapter because of the fact that like so many. So there is like disadvantages to it, but then personally for me, in like a battle series like that, Gigi's just doing it so well. He's just doing it so well. Yeah, I like it a lot. It suits his art style down to the ground, like the way.
Do you know what else he's done so many times in this arc? Looking at that last panel, the amount of times I've seen someone in Megumi's situation like this arc, and he's left it at the final part of the chapter. Yeah. But how many times have we seen someone who's been like messed up? Yeah. And then it'll cut, and then that's it.
Yep. No, it's true.
Like there's been so many people that have been like getting messed up, and then it cuts. Yeah.
He knows how he's pacing it. Makes me wonder like how the anime is going to be paced. Should actually mention that. I don't know if it's next week. I can't remember now. Again, very unprofessional. I don't have the thing on, but I saw today. I think it's for next week. 'Cause I saw it on like a Shonen Jump news thing. More info on the anime coming out. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Like again, that's optimistic as a trailer because it's coming out in the magazine. Obviously, the magazine's not gonna have a trailer, but they could release one on the same day.
I hope so.
But that's like optimistic. I'm thinking maybe if it's details, maybe we're gonna finally get like how many episodes the series is gonna be. Maybe what this first series will cover. Yeah. So I'm guessing there's gonna be more than one series. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I'm hoping it covers up to the Kyoto.
I think because we've seen like the designs and that for the anime for like Maki and Panda and stuff. I think we will get to that arc. I think that's where it might finish. Because I'm thinking that's quite a lot of chapters, but maybe I'm thinking wrong. Because to be fair, I know like it moves quite quick that manga. Like, I forget like how long ago that was. But yeah, I'm thinking. It depends how many episodes the anime is. That's what I'm wondering. Like whether it's going to be like 12, 13, like recent animes have been, or is it going to go like to 25? Because of how popular it is. Is it going to be weekly? I doubt it. I think because it's Mappa, I think they're going to release it in series kind of thing. Yeah. But I doubt it will be like a weekly kind of like One Piece or Black Clover type deal. But no, I'm looking forward to that announcement because I've been waiting for some more news. And so far.
And Mappa be hitting with God of High School.
Mappa be hitting, and like I said, like we've been saying, love the fight so much. Like love the fight so much in the manga and. I was worried about anyone getting it. Like I was worried about anyone getting it because I was like, can they match what the manga is? Because the manga's fight in Jujutsu Kaisen makes me feel some kind of way. But the way they're doing God of High School, I've got hope that they're gonna match it, if not make it some bit better.
And like this is like a bit off topic, but we're still talking about Mappa.
Yeah.
You were worried about like obviously Attack on Titan losing Wit.
Yeah. Because Wit made such an identity with Attack on Titan. Like
Attack on Titan, when you think of Attack on Titan, you think of the animation that Wit made.
Because this is why, like, I'm not saying like the art is bad because I love Isayama's art now, right? But at the beginning it was a bit rough, like when he first started out with Attack on Titan, like 10 years ago. Bear in mind.
But he says that himself.
Yeah, and he says that himself, and it was like that's why there was such a massive like global increase in popularity the minute the anime come out because they took what he was drawing, but they made it like not their own. But they made it like just all good, like all round, like they made it look perfect. They didn't try and like match what the manga was. They made their own kind of designs for the characters and went with it. I
feel like his art got better because he could use the anime to see the sort of characters he wanted. Yeah. As a reference, so he used that and he was like, I like the way my character looks like that. Definitely. So he was able to use that as sort of like a guide, as a template.
Yeah, because like as an example, if you watch even if you watch series 1 of Bleach, right? Ichigo's like facial structure and everything is
it's not
different
the
to
same as
later
what
on
it
in the
is by the
series
end.
because
Yeah.
because the anime Pira, the anime studio, were like following directly what it looked like in the manga, whereas like Whip wasn't.
Yeah.
So again, Whip made the way they looked and everything, so I was concerned regardless of any studio that got it. I just wanted it to be Whip still. Because I just thought they've done such a good job with Attack on Titan, you know. They take what the manga makes, which is incredible, but then somehow make it
they
better.
Make it
like, and the soundtracks
sometimes just like you said. Yeah, sometimes it's like what you said is that like the anime adaptation sometimes lets down the manga. It's very often like if a manga is not good, the anime is probably like not going to be good. Whereas if there's like you look at Tokyo Ghoul, you look at a series like that. The manga's good, but the anime lets it down because of the adaptation.
Yeah.
So, but Wit have done it probably one of the best adaptations of a manga that like I've seen.
Yeah.
Like in terms of how well they did it. So I'm hoping Mappa do that with Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, Attack on Titan I'm still a bit skeptical about, but I think they will do well. Like after seeing what I've seen now, I think they'll at least get the action scenes down. I'm a bit worried about the pacing they're going to do for that series.
That's what I was going to say. I'm a bit worried about pacing because God of High School's pacing is very quick. Like things happen quick, but I don't know if that's because of it's just a webtoon and it's different. Like I don't because I've not read the manga for God of High School. It's like what you were saying during our reaction that like people are saying that they are skipping bits out, which I feel like if they're skipping out a lot, that's never a good. I don't feel like that's a good start.
No, I think I'm gonna do which they recommended. I think I'm gonna watch it all like the series, and then I might read up to it. Like try not to spoil myself for series 2, but read up to the end of series 1.
Where series 1 ends.
But anyway, going off topic there. That's like completely different story. But
what would you give rating for a chapter?
That's tough. I want to give it a perfect 10, but I'm not sure. For the spreads, I'm going to give it a perfect 10 because that's what I want to see more of. Like for battle ones, kind of thing like that. Like that's what I like to see. Like my favorite things. Like in Bleach when they done it, I loved it. And Jujutsu Kaisen is like the closest thing like in ages where I think the fights are equal, if not better. Like actually visually to me to follow. I love it. I love following the fights and the choreography unbelievable. And that like fights like this and like then just how sudden things can be. Yeah, it just had everything for me a little bit. It was a bit quick though. Maybe like a 9.5 because of how like you said quick.
I was going to say a 9 because I felt like it went quick.
But that was a part and parcel.
But
then if they didn't,
because of the full spreads.
Yeah, if they
don't have the if they
don't have the spreads,
you can't have both.
Yeah, so I'm
have both.
I'm gonna keep it as a 10. I'm gonna keep it as a 10 because that's what I like to see.
I think because I don't see it enough, I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah.
Because I don't see that enough. Like other than Bleach, I don't see that sort of art style enough. No, so when you see it, you appreciate it a lot more.
Jujutsu Kaisen's brilliant with it. Like I love it.
I'm just happy to see Sukuna. That's really it. Like I want this to continue, but it's not going to. Clearly, next chapter it's going to swap again, probably. So
see where he ends up. He might end up there. But because he just like jumping
instant transmission.
Yeah. I mean, how are they going to sort of meet you now? Cool. I don't even know. Anyway, that's all discussions for whatever happens next chapter. If you enjoyed, then please leave a comment on like your thoughts of the chapter. What you think of Mappa getting the anime and how like excited you are for it, or like your thoughts on it. As we were saying, we've had plenty of reactions to the latest like animes and stuff, and we have other manga reviews for other Shonen Jump. We've reviewed One Piece, My Hero, a couple others like Time Paradox Ghostwriters.
One Piece.
Did you
say One Piece?
Yeah, I said One Piece. Yeah, but no. Yeah, if you're into all that, then please check out our reviews for that and leave your opinions on those chapters because we'd love to hear from you. This is also like for a discussion to see what other people think about it. And any way you think we can improve, please leave that in the comments as well. And if you want to keep up to date for next week, then please drop subscribe so that you can stay up to date. And with that being said, thank you for watching up till now, and we hope to see you next time. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.